Alrighty, boys, here we are. Week 10
Week
football.
10.
Week 9 is finished. Had some
go.
crazy games, some wild times. But let's jump in here. Thursday night football for week 10. Carolina Panthers, 1-7.
Trash Panda.
Chicago Bears, 2-7.
Other Trash
Chicago's a
Panda.
4-point favorite here at home. Looking at last week, both teams are coming off losses. Carolina lost 13-27 to Indianapolis, where Bryce Young threw 2 pick sixes. Rough outing there.
He's a rookie.
Chicago lost 17-24 to New Orleans. It was a close battle. They just lost it. They couldn't get that final drive in for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So, but it played a pretty good ball game. But how do you think this one plays out? Carolina play a little bit better here versus the Chicago defense, who isn't quite stepping up. I mean, they did just add Montez Sweat, so might be a little upside and pressure on the quarterback there. You think that plays a factor here, or do you think Bryce Young and Carolina Panthers can get right?
Bryce Young and the Panthers. Bryce Young, man, I thought I had some good feelings about him because I don't want to be totally hard on people, even when I felt like the narrative was the narrative when he was being drafted.
Coming up
But
short.
man, watching the situation last week with the 2 pick sixes, guy's really small. It's tough, and he does not own the cannon of an arm that some of these other quarterbacks do. So when you're undersized and you're a timing athleticism type of quarterback, it's tough, man. It doesn't give you a lot of rooms. We see Tua struggle when he's got to go read to read and make a pure arm throw. Excuse me. It's tough for the kid. I like the Bears here. I like the Bears dropping the 3. Reasons why I like the Bears. Last 3 games in the red zone, the Bears are scoring touchdowns at a 77% clip. That's really healthy. The Panthers defense is very banged up. They got lots of guys on IR. Brian Burns is in concussion protocol as well. So he's kind of iffy right now for the game. It's tough when you look at it from that standpoint. Now, there is the situation. Does Justin Fields end up playing? Does he not? I don't think it's either way. And the reason being because the Bears are running the ball again good this year, 135 yards per game. That's good for 4th in the NFL. And the Panthers' rushing defense is 28th against the rush this season. They have been good against the pass, but that's not the Bears' bread and butter. If there is a silver lining to keep this thing kind of close for Carolina, though, the Bears are giving it turn the ball over twice per game, which is close to league worst. And the Panthers, on the other hand, are the league worst in taking the ball away. So I got Bears, drop the 3.5. Probably the under. Talking it over with Eddie before the show kind of makes sense. I think it's right at that borderline with the 39 on the over under. But that's what I got. I got Bears, drop the 3. How about you, Sam?
Man, like you said, this is another tough one. Every strength of each team, every weakness of each team is the strength of the other team. It's just been a struggle. I think this game is going to end up being a turnover battle. I think whichever team turns the ball over less is going to end up winning the game. And I know Bryce Young had 3 turnovers last weekend, last week, like you said, 2 pick sixes. It was Indiana. Indiana has 14 turnovers in 9 games. The past couple years, they've just been great at turning the ball over, even when they're not a great overall defense. They're still good at getting turnovers. So I think Bryce Young will, get back and get down to at least 1 turnover for the weekend, which will probably get it done if I had to guess, because I think that the Bears are going to turn it over more than that. And I think that's going to be the decider of the game is who turns the ball over less. I don't really like betting any of this other than the under. I will definitely bet the under because it's 2 very struggling offenses. I'll always bet the under on that. I know that both offenses are struggling. They're turning the ball over. Take the under on that all day. As far as the spread goes, who knows where the spread's going to be? I don't like betting that at all, but that's my pick. It's definitely the under for the week.
Yeah, I mean seriously the injury report is like as long as my body. Like, I'm serious. It's like 6 feet long. I mean, there's so many people on injury reserve. I didn't even know it was legal to put legally that many people on injury reserve.
They're all big names too.
Yeah,
All
1,
big.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Darren
5,
McChin,
6,
Zach
7, 8,
Thompson,
9, 10, 11, 12. Jesus, you're in the double digits. Yeah. J.C.
J.C.
Horn,
Horn.
Jeremy Chan, Shaq Thompson. Yeah, I mean, it's nutty. It's nutty for real. Justin Houston. I mean, what did he play? 2 games, or he came on the team in injury reserve? I don't even know how that went. Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. This is going to be an amazing game, right? I mean, I don't want to say Trash Panda Bowl, but I want to say Trash Panda Bowl, but I'm not going to say Trash Panda Bowl. But I mean, there's definitely a bunch of human beings on these 2 teams that are going to come and compete. But I mean, literally, like it's literally their Carolina's backup squad. I mean, to be fair, I mean, 12 guys, only 11 can be on the field at once. So all 12 guys on one side of the ball can't even. It's crazy. There's a lot of guys chipped up. Last meeting, Chicago, 2020, October 18th, Chicago 23, Carolina 16. I guess I'd like to see the trend continue. This meeting, I think the Bears shall win because I have to pick a winner here. This is the way it works. 39.5. I'm definitely going to go under. I'm not going to take the Bears with the points. I don't know. This could be a very close game here. Who knows? But it seems like when you look at the numbers, when you look at the stats, I don't know shit about fuck, but the stats tell me this game's going to be fucking hot potato. There's going to be two teams are going to be out on the field and neither one of them want the ball. So one defense doesn't take the ball, and the other bit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's going to be a winner, right? I mean, statistically there has to be, or it's called a tie. And I'm not going to call this one a tie. No, I'm not.
Maybe that's the bet of the week.
I'm not pulling the tie out. I want to pull the tie out. I want to pull the tie out. But just remember where you heard it first, folks, that if it says tie, I'm telling you right now, what's today? A Tuesday? It's a dude's day right now. And I'm saying it could be a tie.
What?
But on a dude's day?
Tuesday?
On a dude's day. On a Tuesday?
Tuesday.
On a Tuesday. And the Chicago Bears are going to pull this one out because that's what I'm thinking. Chicago Bears. How about you, Braid?
Solid.
How about you, Stash?
This one's so hard to do. I'm sitting here. I've been, going through my phone, going through various websites, trying to find a deciding it factor that's going to give one team the edge over the other, but I can't find a single thing. I swear. I'm looking like, hey, how's Carolina doing in the run game? And it's like, oh, they're averaging like 3.9 yards a carry, not very good. Their one win, they only averaged 1.8 yards a carry that game. They just won because Houston decided to play worse that day. I look at Chicago Bears defense. I was like, hey, how's their defense looking? They're only allowing 3.3 yards per carry. Like, they're actually doing pretty good. They're like one of the best teams against the run this year. And they added Montez Sweat to that. But again, it's not like Carolina benefits off of having a good run game. So it's a tough call. I tried finding something. I really couldn't. I think just going at it, I just go based off of on paper, who's got what available. And I think Chicago Bears have more available against a weak beat up Carolina defense. So that's to be the swing for me. As far as the line for me, I had at 4 points. If that's the case, I'd give Carolina to be inside that. If you can get a line at 3, I might do the danger side that Chicago takes it with the points. But I think it's going to be within a field goal a game, just because of the way it is.
I mean,
honestly, teams are going to be struggling to move the ball.
I mean, honestly, I think Sam's right here. When you take a gander at the numbers, don't get lost in them because you very well could. But Chicago's letting up a lot of passing yards. And I know that you were saying that, this guy, so that's where the recipe comes in. Like, they're going to take chances and he's going to take a chance. But he might come up short, Bryce Young. I'm not sure how this ends up transpiring. But Chicago is giving up a lot of yards passing on the season, 23-12 on the year. So they are letting it up.
It's probably why their rush numbers look so good. Honestly.
Right, because you got to be good at something, right?
They have been giving up points.
I know the past.
I mean, on the fantasy side of this, or maybe not the fantasy side, but a little prop bet type of situation. I like Foreman with a touchdown this game because of how well they've been running the ball. He's been a nice little factor for them as well. and they've been moving the ball pretty well under Badgett as well. So regardless of the quarterback, I think Foreman is a nice play. Should be probably, I don't think the bets are up, but he should be somewhere like 4-1 to score a touchdown. That's decent for,
Carolina's
$20 bet get you 80.
Carolina's letting up a lot of yards rushing too, 1,054 on the season. So
28th in the league in rush defense on the season.
Rough. For fantasy, for me, personally, I'm a Bama fan, Roll Tide. So I'm going to go with Bryce Young, even though I'm not super confident in it. But I'm going to be confident, and I'm going to say that Bryce Young is going to go out there and he's going to throw against the struggling Bears passing defense.
No doubt.
Like I said, not too confident in that, but that's my pick. My real pick is going to be obviously yeah, it's a rough one.
Roll your sleeve down.
Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen, obviously, you're going to play. I think he's a great pick for this weekend. I think that he's going to definitely come back. He had a rough week last week, but he's been doing pretty decent. And if you're in a really deep league, 12-team league or more, you could play either of these defenses. Don't love them, but if you're in a really deep league with a lot of teams, I could see you playing one of them. Other than that, stay away from this game.
Good luck choosing which one.
Yeah, right. Good luck.
Maybe Mooney goes off this week. I'll start him because he went off last week. He's never gone off this whole year, so I don't know.
I'm trying to find the prop bet for over under on turnovers for this game because
it's fucking lost in your stash.
I want to put my money on.
It's in your stash.
Probably
taking over.
It's probably 2.5. I would probably say it's at least 2.
It's lost in your stash, Brady.
The over with Bryce Young touchdowns.
Yeah, no, this is a tough game. Just because both offenses are struggling, both teams are severely banged up. It's a weird one to lead off the week. Hopefully, the rest of the games there on Sunday give us some bangers to watch.
No doubt.
No offense to the Carolina Panthers and Chicago Bears here, but want some good competitive football.
I don't like the truth any more than you do. All right.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
For real.
I do kind of like Cole Kmet. He's kind of fringe tight end one at this point in time, just because of how crappy the position's been pretty much the whole season. But over the past 2 games, 16 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns in the last 2 games. So regardless of the quarterback, he's finding his hands on the ball. Of course, you go DJ Moore, but Cole Kmet coming off the injury a couple of weeks back has looked nice.
I like that. One more thing for me as well. I think Justin Fields is not planning on playing from what I've heard from right now. If Justin Fields does play, would love to take Bears over on rushing and Bears winning if Justin Fields does play. But as of right now, that's not lucky. So
no doubt.
So,
yeah,
Yo, my name is Shamar Ellis. And first of all, for my major prediction, go subscribe to my other podcast, my basketball podcast called Hoops Pod on Spotify. Hoops Pod, HOOPS Pod. But my prediction tonight to win the game, not tonight, but for week 10 to win the games, the game I'm talking about is the Panthers Bears on Thursday night. And I'm a Panthers fan, so I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna take the Panthers here. I think we're gonna go on the road and win this game. I think our offense is starting to get going. Our defense is getting banged up a lot, but we're going against the Chicago Bears team with Tyson Bagent still like quarterback, and we don't know just if he's playing tonight. I don't think defense is going to really matter. Defense is going to really matter too much if we're banged up, but we're still getting some pieces back. But if our offense can find our growth tonight and keep it going, then it's going to be a pretty good win for the Panthers tonight. So I got the Panthers winning against the Bears.